Hi guys, this is Elsie from Unbound Chapters. This live is gonna be a very short one, as I've just been pondering about something. I've just been wondering, why is it that a lot of, as it's International Women's Day or Week, I should call it, I've just been pondering on a lot of things. And today I just want to address it. It's going to be very short. So this is part of the bedtime story. Why is it that a lot of ethnic guys, when they move into the Western culture, they still bring their ethnic cultures, and they want to impose that on women? So I do have a story that I want to share with you guys. I'll call it a bedtime story. It is this ethnic guy who moved into the Western society. He came here with his wife, so he's like a matured guy, and the wife is a bit young. And ever since he moved here, he's always identified himself as the head of the family. And he's been imposing a lot of their cultural views, which the lady doesn't actually support because they're in a different environment altogether. He's been imposing those views on the woman. So when I say those views, he doesn't believe women have to go to work. He believes women have to stay home and they have to just become a baby-making machine. And this lady, as I'm talking about, so this is a story that I actually know the people. She's already had like 8 children. She's pregnant again with baby number 9. And it's not like the guy takes good care of her. He doesn't work. He's living on welfare. He struggles to provide needs, and the lady, the wife, has, tried to talk about the issue that they really have to stop giving birth to children that they cannot care for. But the man said the lady is disrespectful and she has to obey the culture. So why do they try to push this sort of ancient, because we're in the 21st century, right? Cultures onto a woman, whilst the guys are not ready to follow this sort of cultures? Because I tell you what, I believe if a guy is gonna impose this sort of cultures onto a woman, then first of all, they themselves, they have to follow the culture, because back in the days, that men used to work to provide for women. They used to go to the farms, they'll be there, they'll work all day, they'll go hunt, they'll bring in meat, crops and vegetables. The children always had plenty food in abundance. But this guy keeps preaching. He's literally preaching that this woman has to follow religion and culture because he's an ethnic person and it doesn't matter where they are. They have to practice that, whilst he doesn't follow it himself, bringing in a whole lot of relationship drama. And the lady, this is really impacting her. And something happened over the weekend, and the lady had to, involve authorities. And now, believe it or not, she's automatically a single mom now, because when authorities were involved, they had to separate the family. And now this lady is gonna struggle. 9 children, jobless. She doesn't have a skill, she has nothing. And why did she end up with 9 children? Because she was trying to be submissive. And all this mentality of, oh, the man is the head, the woman has to submit. I mean, where did this all come from? Where did this originate from? I know a lot of people, I know this topic is very controversial, and people are gonna, you know, some people are gonna disagree with me, but I've just been pondering over this. You know, I believe in submission, but if you're gonna submit and end up with 9 children that the man doesn't financially, spiritually, mentally support, and the children are just gonna be suffering, then what's the point of all this? What's the point of um, inflicting a woman with all sort of cultural nonsense that doesn't make sense? It's complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense. I know a lot of women who have actually lost their lives because of all this nonsense. And someone has to call it out. We have to call it for what it is. I mean, what is all this? What is going on in the world? If you're going to continue to follow those sort of olden day mentality, then why don't you remain in your home country? Why do you have to move overseas? Why do you have to, apply for a refugee visa just to go overseas and torment the woman? You know you're going to move overseas into the Western culture and you're not prepared to learn anything from the Western culture. You're still going to carry this mentality from your cultural norms and you want your wife to practice it. So supposing the woman had baby number 9, should have continued to 10 and 11. And it's not about the number of babies. There are some women who are physically fit. They do have the health to have a lot of babies. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about don't bring a child into this world if you cannot take care of the child. Period. If you're going to follow all these cultural norms and move into Western society, you really don't want to learn anything. You just want to, continue with your old ways. And you abuse the woman physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, mentally. You're not even a provider. You don't help this lady. She's stuck with 9 children, no education, no skills, nothing. So women, we really have to wake up. Especially women from, cold background. Women from cold backgrounds. Culturally diverse backgrounds. You guys should know that there was a reason why you relocated to the Western society. So what do you actually want to learn? I'm not saying you should leave all your culture and everything you know behind. But if there's nothing to actually learn here, then why are you here? Why exactly are you still here? Then you shouldn't be here. And the man doesn't want to learn how to even, eat any westernized food. It's all this cultural food. And he's not working. And it's so expensive. No wonder the whole family is struggling. Then they end up depending on welfare. And the woman is stressing because her children cannot go to the best schools. They don't have the good schools to go to because they can't even afford it. The lady always looks tattered and wretched and she doesn't know what to do. And in her mind, I have to submit. So if I have to end up with 30 children, she'll continue to go. She's depleted of energy. And now that, with that story that I shared, that the woman is stuck with 9 children. Well, she has 8 and she's pregnant with the 9th one. What's she going to do? How is she going to take care of these children? And the thing is, anything could happen. Something could happen that could render the guy a handicapped person. Well, he's not even working. He's not even working. But supposing he was working and something happened and it's rendered him a handicap, how would the woman survive with all the children? So a lot of women from culturally diverse backgrounds, please, when you're making choices, when you're making these sort of decisions, I really want you to ponder over it. Think about it twice. Don't just say, I have to submit. He's the head. And all this nonsense. Who even made the man the head? I don't get this. Yeah. I know this is very controversial, but I'm happy for people to write in the comment section, because some people will say, oh, and they go to church and the Bible. So who actually, who? So apart from Christians, who is in the Bible that the man is in the head, is the head? Where else is it that he's the head? Why is he the head and not the body or the neck? So if the woman, if he's just the head and the woman is the whole neck and the whole body, then who actually makes the decisions? Because I just don't get this. This has been going on for far too long, where we keep accepting everything society throws at us. Oh, the man is the head, the man is the head, the man is the head, nonsense. And a man who is the head, who doesn't provide for his family, who doesn't care what happens to his wife. He keeps having babies. Who knows? Maybe the woman even have health issues, but he wouldn't even check. He just has so many children with the woman. He just doesn't care. He's very self-centered. It's just about him. Women, can we shine our eyes a little bit? Can we wake up? This is a wake-up call. There's been a lot of ladies who have died as a result of going to give birth. And you keep giving birth. You've become like a baby machine. You keep giving birth to a man who doesn't actually. Thank you for the rose, Billy Pancha 123. Thank you. I appreciate it. You keep giving birth to a man who doesn't give a damn about you. So what are you actually doing? So the ones that you've already born, do you even care about their future? Look at how everything is expensive these days. Petrol prices. Come on. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world, but I live in Australia, and driving around, I'm like, what is going on? How are we going to afford this lifestyle? How on earth are we going to afford this? How are we going to afford this sort of lifestyle? And if you can't sit and take a stock of your life and you just follow because, oh, you're an ethnic person, you're a cultural person, and you have to follow these, and it's just nonsense. It's complete nonsense. It's very late at night here. I'm trying to sleep. I can't sleep. I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get up and do a live. So as you guys can see, I'm even in bed. Like, I have my hair bonnet and whatever. I really don't care. I just want to speak my mind. It's not about the looks or whatever. Thanks for joining, guys. Thank you for joining. So I just did a bedtime story. And I'm starting to get worried. I mean, people my age and people younger. So what's going to happen to people my age in the next, years to come? I don't know how many years, but few years down the line. When we all get old and the younger generation, their parents are not able to support them well. Imagine if they throw all of us in nursing homes. How are they going to even take care of us? Because the children haven't been well cared for. I'm talking to ethnic people tonight. Ethnic people. People from ethnic backgrounds. Who come to the Western society with all this rubbish mentality. If that is how you're going to live your life, then just go back to, there's no point you joining the Western people. If you can't learn anything. Like I said, I'm not saying throw your culture away. That's not what I'm saying. But you really have to filter it. Pick out what is good and leave what is not good behind. And men, you guys should also learn. Don't just be there saying you are the head whilst you're doing nothing. It's just a title. And you become so arrogant and so authoritative, like you're full of a whole lot of pride. A whole lot of pride. You walk around, you don't even examine or do a self-reflection to see what's going on with your family. It's all about, oh, I'm a cultural man and this is bullshit. Yes, I called it what it is. It's just BS. Women are suffering. Even as we celebrate International Women's Day and Week and, in March, I'll encourage my fellow women, my fellow sisters, take a stock of your life. Look at your children. What sort of future are you building for them? Are you just there cleaning, washing, doing dishes, and that is all? Is that what you were born for? Did you come to this world just to come and cook and clean for a man? I mean, is that it? Where's your life actually going? Which direction is it going? No, you think about it. This is actually very serious. So your parents gave birth to you. They spent money and time on you. They raised you up just for you to come and become another man's cook or cleaner and give birth to plenty children. Then that's it. So what did you come to this world for? That's why we are struggling, myself included. That's why we are struggling. Because we are stuck with all these cultural norms and expectations. And oh, this is how my great grandmothers did it. No, your great grandmothers did it that way. But your great grandfathers, they loved your great grandmothers unconditionally. They supported them, they provided for them. They were not suffering like us. They were not. You see a woman, so many kids. She has to wake up, she has to go to work, she still has to pay 50% of all the utilities and the bills in the house. And a guy will only pay 50%, then that's it. After work, the woman has to still come back and cook and clean and feed the children and read for them and help them with homework and organize everybody's lunch and just do everything. You know? And the man will still call himself the head of the family. Like, what sort of head are you? What head? Like, someone should tell me. I'm not getting this. I'm actually at a loss. What sort of head are we talking about? Maybe there's a different definition to that. Or it's actually maybe it's the acronym. It's not actually the head, the leader. Maybe that's not what they mean. Maybe the HEAD is an acronym that means something else, and we all just assume that, oh, he's the boss of the family. I mean, leadership should be exampleship. For you to be a good leader, you have to set example. You can't just call yourself the head of the family, then the whole family is struggling, is suffering. No one is happy. There's no joy in that house. You come with your cultural norms and expectations and expect people to follow. So what do you guys think that lady should do? That lady that has 8 children, she's pregnant, she's actually almost due with baby number 9. And now she's a single mother. What should she do? Where is she going to start from? If she goes on she's already on welfare. It's not like if she goes on welfare and whatever she's being paid is not even enough. And she lives in a government housing, which is only for 4 bedroom. 4 bedroom for a family of 10. It was going to be 11, like a football team. But now that the man is gone, it's a family of 10. Where are they going to sleep? Do we actually see the situations we put ourselves? Because certain things can actually be avoided. A lot of things could be avoided. That's why when we are making choices in life, it really doesn't matter what sort of choice that you make. You really have to analyze it. What sort of benefit is in that choice for you? If you bring in your cultural norms and your cultural expectations and what have you, what sort of benefit is in it for you? You have to think about yourself first. It doesn't make you selfish at all. Because if your cup is not full and you try to fill someone else's, there's nothing for you to use to fill someone else's. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? You really have to analyze yourself. This decision I'm going to make, this is going to be lifetime. Like, babies are expensive. Come on. You have that baby is stuck with you till God knows when. So why bring them to the world if you can't look after them? So we really have to analyze our decisions, our choices in life. Because a choice you're going to make today, tonight, right now, is going to impact you the rest of your life. So maybe there's someone here who is in a dilemma. You're thinking about a choice you want to make. I'll ask you to revisit that choice, analyze it very critically before you even make a choice. Before you decide on the choice to make, actually. And I don't want to digress from my topic. Going back again to the oh gosh, I don't even know what it's called. The cultural expectations in people from cult background, different diverse backgrounds. When you guys bring those sort of mentality, culture, whatever it is, you should really reanalyze. What's the benefit long term? Is this rather gonna destroy you? Don't just do things. Don't just do things. For my sisters, please don't just do things. Don't say, oh my gosh, I don't want to marry any guy from Western society. It has to be my culture. Okay, fair enough. If it's your culture, do you really understand that culture? Do you know what is in it for you? Do you know what sort of benefit? Do you know how it's actually going to impact you in future, long term? Relationships are lifetime decisions. One wrong relationship is like you you using a navigator that's telling you to drive into the ocean. That's what it feels like. That's what it literally feels like. Entering the wrong relationship is like you using a navigator that's telling you drive into the ocean. And you're just saying, oh, I'm using this navigation. It's saying I should drive into the ocean, so I'm just going to drive into the ocean. Then you drive into the ocean. And the navigator says, keep going, turn left into the ocean, and you also turn left. Come on. Come on. That's why a lot of us are not healing. A lot of us are struggling. I mean, how can you just take someone's advice that they've given you so lightly, and that is gonna impact your life? This one single life that you have, which is so precious. You just take things so lightly at face value. That's why I gave the example of the navigation. Drive into the ocean, and you keep going. Oh, it says I should drive into the ocean. Come on, my ladies. Or you're driving on the bridge. It's like, oh, drive off the bridge. Okay, navigation is saying I should drive off the bridge, so I'm gonna do that. No, we can't do that. Myself, I've made a lot of dumb decisions. I wouldn't even lie. I'm no perfect. I always say I haven't arrived. I'm still on the journey. I'm still pushing through. I just keep trying. That's all I can do. But sometimes you really have to take a pause and reanalyze your life. Look at the direction it's heading. Is this good? Is this healthy? Is this gonna work for me? I'm from a cultural background. This person that I'm in a relationship with, they're forcing me to do this, to do that. At the end of the day, it's your body that's gonna be affected. It's your mind, it's your mental health. Why do you have to follow those things? Why? Why can't you learn from people around you whom you've actually realized that their way of doing things is actually better? Maybe it could be a neighbor, it could be a colleague. Oh my goodness, they only have 2 children, they only have 3 children, they are thriving, the children are well looked after. Why don't you do that? But that sister who unfortunately has ended up with, yeah, I said unfortunately because she's never been able to take care of herself, left alone hard time to even take care of these children. I mean, 9 children, they're all so young, and it's plenty of them. That's like, I know some classrooms have kids who are 9. So imagine you having that. You wouldn't even remember their names, you wouldn't even remember their stories, left alone their birthdays. It's just too much. And they say too much of everything is bad. So let's really revisit and reanalyze ourselves, our choices, our decisions. It doesn't matter who is imposing that on us. We really have to reanalyze and revisit it. Like I said, this life is gonna be short, guys. It's very late. It's midnight, so I'm gonna end this now. You guys think about what I just shared with you guys, okay? And this is a bedtime story. I don't even have a title for it. So I wish you guys all good night. I love you all. Ciao. Bye.